So the AFL has announced, Arena Football League has announced its return in 2024. What cities will get teams? Um, my initial thoughts on this are, this is the second time Arena Football has, you know, basically stopped and then come back. Um, Georgia had a team first, and then they didn't have a team the second time. I think that, you know, with Arena Football, the field's so small too. I mean, it's like 50 yards. It's 25 yards to midfield and 25 yards to the end zone.
Really? I
Um,
didn't actually know that. Oh, cool.
yeah,
Huh.
because they're playing in an arena. They're not playing in an actual football field. Um, no, but I think all the same cities will get teams, and I feel like, well, first of all, it's a 16 team league. So I think all the same cities will get teams the first and the second time. And then think they will expand out to cities like Portland, California. Well, not California. California's not a city, but Sacramento, Carolina. I got Oregon, and I got St. Louis. I think they're just going to try to expand the league. What do you think, Evan?
Yeah. So I mean, I originally like first of all, more football the better. That's what's going on here is that
Hmm.
more football the better. You get college players other options, which is important. Instead of just not playing football, you could still get paid and maybe one day make it to the NFL. I was going to go after you this segment, but you changed your position a little bit because we were texting him a little bit about this before the show, and he thought like Dallas and all them would be good places. And I like his a little bit better. He said Portland, maybe Sacramento, maybe St. Louis, teams that don't places that don't have cities. So it seems like you changed your position a little bit. So I respect that. So I half agree with you because the AFL was never a TV market. Like you weren't
Mm,
it's for local people. And when it originally quit and then it came back in 2010, I looked this up. The average fan attendance was 9,500, almost 10K, which is obviously blows high school out of the water and is almost on par with some like group of five college teams. So that's pretty
yeah,
solid. If they can maintain that, of course, because they did end up going bankrupt, and that's why they closed the second time. Um,
right.
I don't know because I think it's really important to get small markets involved. So I actually sort of agree with I half agree with you because as much as I'd like a team like this in Kenosha or something, my home city, it's probably not practical to make a stadium like that. But like Louisville, like you said, Charleston, Little Rock. But where I defer a little bit with those cities is it needs to be in a football base too. Like I think Albany had a
Yeah.
team last time, and you mentioned Sacramento. I don't know if those are really the most football heavy areas, let's just say. But you get them somewhere in the South and the Midwest, I think you'll get that attention a little bit more. And just a quick example, I had with we have the Kenosha Kingfish, which is like a baseball team where kids can come play in the summer, and the city really gets involved in it. It's only a little like 3,000 capacity stadium, but it's fun to go to games, and some of these markets would definitely rally around a team to at least go to the games, if not be a diehard, of course.
Right.
But yeah, nobody in Dallas I think would care. So I'm kind of glad you deferred from that. But yeah, cool to see more football. Yeah.
Yeah, and my next question, this can be a little discussing. Um, do you think the AFL, because with the AFL and the XFL coming back in 2024, do you think they should start kind of being minor league teams for the NFL, like baseball and basketball kind of do?
No, I like the practice squad format, and I
You
see
don't
the
think so?
reasoning. It's just tougher to do with football and the way that football operates. It's easier to
Hmm.
do the practice squad because you got to learn them. With baseball, you can pitch in the next day. With football, you got to learn the playbook. You got to do this. I think you could argue you could expand the practice squad. But I think the system in place is good. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm actually for the minor league teams. I think, the practice squad, they're not actually playing games, against other teams. They're
Right,
not.
but they're getting paid though. I mean, that's the whole point of professional sports, get paid. They are getting paid
Yeah,
at least. But yeah,
yeah. I totally get that, but I'm for the minor league teams because, if they're in the minors, they're playing games, they're getting that experience. And, I agree with you, it's not the same playbook. But, some players can learn playbooks 2 days. Some players, there's a week
Depend.
in
It
between
depends.
games.
I guess it depends upon the position. To be fair, but yeah,
Mostly there is a week in between games, unless you play on Thursday night, then you got more than a week in between the game. I feel like you can learn the playbook in that time. So I'm actually for this kind of being a minor league system for the NFL.